Okay, let's see one question. And okay, let's see. Here's a question. Question is saying create a student class. So you have to create a student class. First thing first, let's create a student class. So how to create a student class? I will say class, and here I will say student, right? And after that, it is saying create a class named student with attribute name, roll number, and marks, right? So here I will create a class name what we have to create. Now we have to create the attributes, right? So for the attributes I can create this thing as well. I will say underscore underscore init underscore underscore, what is this called? Constructor. Okay, this is called the constructor. And here inside the constructor I'm not keeping anything, right? Now they are saying me you have to create an attribute name, you have to create the attribute roll number, and you have to create the attribute marks. So I will do here something like this. I'll say self dot name equal to input. I will take the user input, and here I will say enter your name, and then I have to take the roll number as well. I will say roll self dot roll number equal to, and here I will use this thing control C, and here I will say int, and here I will say enter your roll number. Okay, two things we have taken, and then it's saying the marks, and you have to calculate the percentage of the marks as well. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll take the percentage of different marks, and here I will use self dot ls, or I'll say marks, and here I will say equal to list, and here I use the map function, and I will use the integer comma and input. Then I will say enter your marks of 5 subjects. Okay, this is some input I'm giving here, and then we use dot split function here. Okay, that's what we will get here. These are the three things that we'll be getting here. Getting this point? Now we know name belongs to the student class because of the self, roll number belongs to the student class, marks belongs to the student class. Okay, now the question is saying you have to create the two methods. One method is display details, means the method which displays the detail of the student. So how to create a method? Again, I will use a def, and let's say I will say display details. I'll give the same name, control C, and let me you have control V here, and here we have to keep the self, and it will not use carry any parameter here. Just we have to display the details. I'll say print name of student is, and I will say here comma. See, if you will do directly here name, it will throw an error. Why? There is no name defined here. What is defined here? Self.name. So you have to use here self.name. To access anything, you will access it using the self. Okay. Then we have to access the roll number, and I will say Control C, Control V, and I will say roll number, roll number of student is self dot roll number. Okay, and is capital roll number. Okay, so we display the student details. Then it is saying me calculate percentage. Okay, calculate percent to calculate the percentage of marks. That means I have to create one more method. So how you will identify this is a method, right? Using the brackets. He's using the brackets here. That means the method. Here also it is using the bracket. That means it's again a method. We have created the method, and here it is just saying the name, nothing else, and it's saying create an attribute. That means it's saying that you have to create a variable name, right? And this name is the attribute of the class student. Okay, now we have to create one more method. That method is def SACL calculate. Let's copy from here itself, control C, and I'll do the control here again. Here you will use the self. Okay, now I'll see here column. Now I have to access these marks, and these marks are stored here. So what I will do, I will say print your percentages, your percentage is okay. I can do here self dot. Okay, let me do different thing here. So I will create here per. Per is a variable, and here I will do what? I will say sum of self dot marks. What are the marks he's having? And let's see, I will say divide by 5, right? Divide by 5. And let's say we are having the out of 500, we can use that divide by 500 into 100. That formula you can use, divide by 500 into 100, right? This thing you can use, and let me use here. mm, Let me use it. Okay. ठीक है. As we are saying here 5 students, then that means he has to give the 5. Okay, and here I will use what? Here I will use the f string, and here I will say per, and here I will say the percentile. Okay, now let me create one object. Let's say we are creating one object. Let's say we have a different students now in the class. Like let's say I'm having a one student. Let's say that student is Dave. Okay, I'm creating the object of the Dave, and I'm saying Dave belongs to this student class. S is capital, SUD and student, and practice we have to use. Now, can you tell me what will happen here? Sure. What will happen here? Okay, it is throwing an error. So here we'll use into, right? Let me run it again. Okay, hopefully. Now, why this thing is running automatically? Have we called it? No, this thing will run automatically because this is a constructor. Whenever you will create an object of a class, this constructor is by default executing. Okay, and now I will say my name is Dev Pratap, right? I'll hit enter. Now it's saying enter your roll number. Let's say his roll number is 15. His roll number is 15. Okay, now he's saying me enter the marks of the 5 students. Let's say we have to go out of 100. I'll say 80 space 90. Then I'll say 78. Then I will say 98. Then I'll say 67. Okay, these are the 5 subjects. Now if I will enter, okay, nothing you are getting as the output. So because why you are not getting nothing as the output, the reason being you are not calling the display function, you are not calling the calculate percentage function, right? So here now I will call the display function. Now, how to call the display function? I will say Dave dot display, or let me call it from here so that there will be no spelling mistake. Okay, brackets here. Now if I will run it output, it will give something as an output. Okay, now I will say Dave Pratap again, Pratap, and let's say his roll number is 3044. Okay, whatever, let's say, okay, let's give the good marks, 89, 70. Okay, the output is giving like this. The name of a student is Dev Pratap. Why? Because here you have kept it, right? The roll number of this is roll number, and it is giving me the 44, right? Now let's check the percentage thing as well. So how to check the percentage? That means we have to call here the percentage. I will say Dev dot calculate percentage, Control C, and here I will say Control V, and give the brackets here. Now let me run it. Let's say I'll say Dev. Okay. Let's say I'll say 45. 78 space 89 space 88 space 88 space 88, right? Let me run it. Okay, now it is giving you his percentage is 86.2 as well, right? Now if I will create one more student here, let's say I will say Tanya, yeah, Prachi equal to Prachi also belongs to the student class, right? And let's check these things for the Apache as well. And I will say Control C, and here I will say Control V, right? If I will say Dave.display, it will again display the things of the this Dave. It will not display the things of the Apache, so I have to use here Apache Control C, Control V here, Control V here, right? And then I will run it. Let's give the details. I will say name is Dave, roll name is 45, marks is 88, like this. Okay, 70% is getting because I have given the marks of only one subject. Okay, rest of the subjects I am not giving. Let's say I'm saying Prachi now, and let's say roll number is 39, right? And let's give the marks as 98 space 88 space 88, 89 space 99 space 77, right? And let me hit enter. Okay, now we have got it. Now you understand the class definition. For the day I have to write all those things, then I have to write the Apache all those things. So better way is write it once and calculate here like this. Okay, this is one of the question of the classes. Hope you understand here how to create these things. This was the question given to us. Okay, thank you. Meet you in the next video.